Tri-City Radio, 98.7 CKPM FM. Local girl, that's Ray Gibson. Stop the clock. Good morning. It's 8:29. Rod MacBeth with you. Sunshine on the way today. Highs to about 10. Going up to 14 by the weekend. Maybe a chance of showers here and there. Kirsten Nash is here. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Oh, of course you're fantastic because you got your Très Bon shirt on. Very good.
On a day like this, you wake up on a morning like this, it's beautiful outside. How can you be anything else?
Yeah, I know. There's friends of mine. One lives just south of Calgary, and the other one is VPD Marine Unit. So he hit the boat this morning and took a picture of the beautiful full moon over top of the skyline. And then the other friend who lives south of Calgary in Okotoks took a picture of the beautiful full moon over top of the Rocky Mountains. And I think we're kind of lucky to live in this part of the world.
We are, and the thing to remember, though, is that moon is shared by everybody else in the world, and the world is round, and so our luck is not permanent.
You're sure it's round there? A lot of conspiracy theorists think it's flat still, you know.
Exactly.
So you are a very busy lady.
It's a nice place to be right now.
It is. You're an artist.
Yep.
A singer, a songwriter.
Yep.
You've written, is it operas or Broadway
Two rock
musicals?
operas. I don't even like the name rock opera because they're not rock, they're more jazzy, rocky. I like to think that I did something kind of different than just the normal musical or rock opera, but they're opera in that they're not spoken. It's completely musical. So, but the music is different than anything you're going to hear.
Wow, that'd be kind of cool. And what happened with them? Like, so I know it's because once again, it's like anything. You put your heart and soul out there. It might be the best thing in the world, but if the right people don't hear it, the gods, then they go nowhere. So,
well, actually, no. It was a different story. Got a minute?
Yeah.
Anyways, the first one was Alice in Modernland, and the fun story of that is I heard that this musical producer Mitchell Maxwell was going to be in Vancouver through Lou Blair, who was at the time manager.
I love Lou. Yeah.
I miss him.
Yes.
Anyways, so he said, hey, this Mitchell Maxwell's coming to town. He's looking for angels to raise money for his Broadway play on at the time. He was doing Damn Yankees and Play On. And he said, so you should try and get hold of him. In those days, we had cassettes. There was no CDs.
Yeah.
And I had, in my shed, in my back shed, in my garden shed, I had a little ADAT studio, and I had recorded 26 songs with me singing all the parts, punching them in, and I had help from John Ellis on guitar and Norm Fisher on bass, and I did the rest of the programming. And anyway, so I had them on tape, and I had the book written up, the lyrics, or the libretto, as they call it. And so I found out where he was staying, and I knew that he was going back to New York. So I got a Walkman, a $35 Walkman. I got 8 batteries, AA batteries. I put the script and the cassette tapes in a lovely bag, and I went to he was at the Delta Hotel, I think it was. I went to the concierge, gave him $20. I said, please, dear God, please make sure Mitchell Maxwell gets this when he's leaving, because I knew there was no real in-flight entertainment at that time, and there was 5 hours from here to New York, and he wouldn't have much else to do, so he might just listen to it. And I knew if somebody listened to it, I can tell when somebody actually listens to something I've done because they talk to me then. So I just had to get him to listen and read it. And he did. He called me when he got to New York. And so then went about the whole thing of producing it in New York as a workshop. And I had the Nederlanders there. We had the Dodgers. We had all the important people were there, Sheldon Epps. And they loved it. Eric Nederlander wanted to do it. Great. So he was going to get married. He took Lou and me out for dinner. It was fantastic. Spoiled us, which the Nederlanders never do. And said, we're going to do it in October. I'm getting married, and then we're going to Italy for 3 weeks. I'm going to come back, and we'll do your show. Awesome. So I come back. I'm walking on air. I'm going to be on Broadway. You know, my show is anyways. And then one day, a few weeks later, I'm looking on People magazine as I'm getting my groceries, and there's a picture of Eric Nederlander about to sue Jerry Seinfeld for alienation of affection. Long story short, they went on their honeymoon, came back, going to have everybody over to look at the wedding videos. This is a very high society wedding in New York. This is a big deal. They're going to have all her friends over to watch the videos. Well, she goes to the gym. She says, I'm just going to go to the gym. I'll come back. My friends will be there. She goes to the gym and meets Jerry Seinfeld. Never came home.
Wow.
So Jessica Sklar was married to Eric Nederlander, and they got that annulled, and then she married Jerry Seinfeld. And my show didn't go on because he went into hiding for like a year, and that was the end of that. So you just sort of go, okay, got that. went and ended up doing a co-production deal with Sledgehammer Theatre in San Diego, which was fantastic. We got Critics' Choice Award. Jam Theatrical, Stephen Traxler, great guy. They were going to do it in the Moore Theatre in Seattle after that, and then work it across the States back towards New York. 9/11 happened.
Aye.
And everything went dark. So after that, about a year after, I went, I think I'm just gonna let Alice stew for a while here, and I wrote another one. And so they're very expensive to mount, and I made a film of that one. And so I'm hoping that as I resurrect my career now, that I will be able to get the impetus to be able to get them back going again, because I think they're fantastic.
So do you spend a lot of time writing, or are you painting more now?
I'm doing both of them.
Yeah?
It's a symbiotic relationship. I call it feeding the beast. When I'm painting, lyrics come to me. Things are cooking. Things happen. When I'm writing, I get ideas, and I just sort of put them on shelves and then go back to them.
So when you're painting, does the music comes to you? Does it all that affect your strokes and your emotion on the canvas, or do you have that set idea in your head and you can sort of separate the two?
Both. I do separate the two. As you were saying, the other day I was painting when we were texting there a little, and I don't usually listen to music while I'm painting because I find it gets cluttered. Sometimes I'll put some jazz on, and stuff like that, just something that's going to be cerebral background. But if I was listening to rock and roll, I wouldn't have much control over my brushstrokes. Right?
So you would have like a lot darker, I think. I mean, I love the picture. Your original on the front cover of A Feather and a Scale.
Thank you.
And, Impressionism, I don't know what you call it, because there's not really a style for that. It's cool.
Yeah, I everything I do artistically comes from my heart. I don't know any other way. So when I was thinking I need a cover for this, and I didn't want to just have another shot of me standing there, the guitar, and I do want to incorporate my art into my music because for obvious reasons. I mean, it's hard enough to get things played. It's nice to have a little cross-merchandising, cross-marketing to do. So I was thinking about the whole way this whole album came to me and just decided to trust my heart that it would come. And I looked through magazines like I do, and I was thumbing through, and all these images started coming to me, and I made a collage and cutting out things, and then I pasted them all down, and then I painted it.
Nice.
So that's basically what you got.
It's very cool. You look at it, of course, it's got the feather, the scale, then it's got the girls, the 1919 flapper girls. That's what I was trying to think. And then in the back, some kind of black blues, almost 1930s.
Storyville.
Again. Storyville, yeah.
King Curtis.
Yeah, it's really neat. Remember doodle arts?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool to do one of those in a doodle art.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, because the whole feather and a scale experience was way more, like most of my work, is channeling rather than, I don't take credit for it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very blessed that somebody's using me. And this was very much a channeling experience. I'd wake up in the middle of the night, somebody would be there. I'd not really, but I'd feel these presences, and then I'd wake up and there would be a song. So I just sort of turned myself over to that process. One of the joys about going back into music as a more mature person is I'm really not trying to impress anybody. So I'm not thinking, I've got to do this for a record company or for a manager or for anybody except for my own heart. And I figure if I write from my heart, then it's going to speak to other people's hearts.
How hard is it? Because you have your whole life to write your first album, right? And then you've got to come up with album number 2 and album number 3. How hard are the next ones are?
I don't want to be sounding, arrogant or anything, but I remember reading a thing from Mozart, and he said, "I write as the sow piddles." And if you've ever been on a farm, I was raised on a farm. The sows piddle a lot.
Yes, I do.
Right, and so writing for me again, because I try not to put any ego there, and I try to just write from a place of love. So to me, then, if you have ego involved, then you're going to have problems writing your next one. But if you're just doing it because it's coming from your heart, I don't think I don't think that's part of the equation.
Nice. We got Kirsten Nash here, singer, songwriter, artist, rock opera writer. I know you hate that. Back to this, because we mentioned rock opera. What is your favorite one?
Of the two of them?
No, just outside of your stuff, your favorite rock opera or...
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. That's good.
That was for me more what I thought the writing was fantastic in that. They're iconic tunes.
Yes.
Absolutely iconic.
And
it transcended to popular music as well, right? You know, like the music at the time that came out of Jesus Christ Superstar was radio play.
Yvonne Elliman, I Don't Know How to Love Him.
Yeah, it's fantastic song. It just gives me chills just thinking of that song.
Wow,
you know?
yeah. And I think mine has got to be Phantom of the Paradise.
Phantom of the Paradise.
Yes.
I don't know that one.
It is a take on Phantom of the Opera, and I've got to look out the singer, the songwriter, and you will know him when I say it. You know what we'll do? We'll do a commercial break here. Kirsten Nash is with us. We're talking about her life, her music, and her art coming up. Tri-City Radio, 98.7 CKPM FM. Sunshine today, highs into the double digits. Kirsten Nash is here. We're talking about In Good Time. We play that song. I like it. It's a very neat song. And what did you tell me? How did that song come to you?
Well, I was talking about the weirdness of channeling. And I woke up in the middle of that. I'd been having a bit of self-doubt. And I was wondering, should I make any more music? Should I do this? Should I maybe just paint? And so I woke up that night in the middle of the night, and swear to God, there was Marvin Gaye sitting on the end of my bed, and I looked up, and he said, in good time. There's going to be answers in good time.
Wow.
And so I woke up the next morning, and it wrote itself in 20 minutes.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay, here we go. All you saints and sinners, gather around my bed. I thought I'd be far away, but now I'm here instead. You have your questions, and I have mine. There will be answers in good time. To the side of me, are you what you seem? Walk the road to hell and back. It's time in a dream I see you standing, making a sign. There will be honesty in good time. There will be answers in good time, yeah. In good time, yeah. In good time. Sometimes I go down too deep, and then I try to offer up for guidance, self-sacrifice, and there's that needing to testify. There will be sanctity in good time. There will be honesty in good time. There will be answers in good time, yeah. In good time, yeah. In good
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you. Oops.
That's okay. It's neat, and you as a songstress, singer, songwriter, and having the song come to you like that, are you more of a religious? I think I know the answer to this. Are you more religious or spiritual?
Spiritual. I don't do religion.
Good.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just going to adjust the mic
Yeah.
there. Religion, I mean, it's crazy, but you look at, I think it's the other musical rock opera you wrote, the Bird and the Waterfall.
Bird and Waterfall. Yeah.
And I think it was based on a Buddhist thing or something.
Yes. A Buddhist concept. And I've actually studied most religions.
Yes.
You know, I'm not as clever about Islam, but I have had some very good Muslim friends and have different concepts than what a lot of, I'm not the militant in Islam, but anyways, Buddhist, a friend of mine was actually in a 12-step program, alcoholic obviously, and he was telling me about this concept that they were talking about where the bird and the waterfall, where the bird is your truth, is your soul, and the waterfall is everything else around you, your ego, the people around you, maybe your parents, the people that said you couldn't do it, all the little voices that chatter, all that noise. And so the idea was to find a way to access the bird and drown out the waterfall. And that's where your truth is.
Nice. Now, you have those two. You probably have another one sitting in your mind somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure there's one lurking. Right now I feel more like a juggler than an artist, so I'm just trying to find time for it all, right?
Well, it's kind of neat. So I'm reading your bio here. We'll go back to some of the roots. So you grew up in Vancouver Island. Mm-hmm. 2 years in Malaspina College. What did you take?
Jazz.
Jazz? Cool. Yeah. Now, you picked up the saxophone. Is that the first instrument you picked up?
No. I sang first. And I picked up a guitar. I did not play it when I was little. I tried to. I have some very good guitar player friends, so I still don't call myself a guitar player, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I play it, but I don't call myself a guitar player. I'm getting through. But I started with flute because I was 2 miles away from school, and it was nice and light to take to school. I had to walk. There was no bus. And so I figured that out when they brought all the instruments around to school. I was like, drums, no. Flute, small, good. And then my teacher needed another sax player. And so he said, Kirsten, you're going to play tenor. And I was like, okay. So around grade 8, I started playing tenor saxophone.
Wow. With your parents, were they musical, or did you just pick this up on your own?
No, my mother's a singer. But they weren't, my whole maternal side is actually all musicians, pretty much. And my birth father, it turned out that my grandmother was also an opera singer.
Wow.
So on both sides of the family, there's a lot of music, so yeah, but it wasn't something supported at home, no.
Okay.
No.
So when you picked up the flute, were you channeling your inner Jethro Tull, or?
Yeah, actually, you know what, because definitely Jethro Tull was happening at that time. And all the vibrato, the flute vibrato, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I remember the first song I ever wrote was called Good Vibrations. I didn't know about the Beach Boys then. And I was 8 years old, 9 years old when I first got that. And I still remember it to this day. It was like the melody was da 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 da. That's it. But all vibrato.
Yeah.
On the flute. So anyways, that was my very first song. But it just didn't play jazz as well. You couldn't transfer it over to a big band.
Well, we're going to play a flute song now, and then we're going to play some of your influence as well. But every time I think of the flute, I think of Jethro Tull.
Absolutely.
And I think of this song right here. This is Boree. Kirsten Nash is with us. Tri-City Radio, 98.7 CKPM FM. Tri-City Radio, 98.7 CKPM FM, Jethro Tull and Boree. Is it Boree or Boree? I can never get that. Boree? Okay. I don't know my French. I can get the très bon and voulez-vous promenade avec moi ce soir, and that's about it. Kirsten Nash. Yeah. Kirsten Nash is with us this morning, singer, songwriter. We're going to play some commercials, come back, and talk more about her and her music. And sunshine today. Highs to about 10. Right now, it is cool morning. It is 8:56 in the other room, loading up some music for Kirsten Nash. Kirsten Nash is here, singer, songwriter, a mom. You're talking about. Do you mind talking about your kids right now?
No, I love talking about my kids.
It's funny about parents too. I talk about mine, and I wonder if I go too far sometimes. You got two boys.
Yes, I do, Austin and Jesse. And you have a son named Austin.
I
saw
do.
that on Facebook. That's awesome. A great name. Austin's 23 now, and he's brilliant musician. I can't say enough good about him. Check him out, austonnashpark.com. Jesse is 16. He's still figuring out. He's a brilliant computer dude.
Wow.
So, but he also plays piano, and I couldn't be more proud of both of them. They're just lovely boys.
It's great the way the kids will. Like, I had my kid later in life, and
Me too. I was 31.
that's still young now.
I guess that's
though.
young, yeah, but not when you're from Nanaimo.
I know in Nanaimo, you're 16 and you're not married and you're still, no, I can't go there. But
Yeah, exactly.
we pick on Nanaimo and Surrey a lot,
I
don't
love
we?
Nanaimo. Hey, listen, you know what? Nanaimo's got so many great things going on, and great people, so supportive. Arts, there's so much talent that's come out of that place. It's crazy.
There is, and that's a stop. We end up going over to Tofino, and I'm going to take my kid over there to learn how to surf this year.
Fantastic.
And that's a stop. You stop
Yeah.
off in Nanaimo, and I love the smell when I'm on, like you get there, and it's the ocean, the sea life and everything else, and I just love that. And that's one of the things I first noticed when I get to Vancouver Island. It's a different kind of I smell in a good way there than it is here.
Yeah, well, we don't have the pollution over there that you do here, and I mean, you don't have rush hour there; you have rush minute. and no, but it's really, really fantastic over there. There's so many great things, so many great people, and mostly, I just can't believe the talent that's still there. You know, like it's crazy. Yeah.
And you being on the island, I guess it was a little different. I was on the mainland here, so in our younger years, you would go to buy a record, and I would walk over to the bay, let's say, and whether it be 49 cents or $1.49, I can't remember what they were, but we'd buy it. It was different for you.
Well, we only had, I think, one record store when I was a kid, and it was in Nanaimo. And I was out in the countryside. My parents had the first English pub in Canada called the Crow and Gate. And so we were, I don't know, it was a good 15-minute drive, 20-minute drive downtown. And we had Ferguson's record store. It was in the Harbour Park Mall. And so if you wanted anything that wasn't there, like if you wanted Frank Zappa or something, guaranteed it wasn't there. And so you'd have to order it in, and it takes, 2 weeks, a month to get your record, so.
So Frank Zappa, excuse me, it's an acquired taste of sorts, but you being a saxophone player and you got multi influences on you, did you appreciate Frank for what he did? Yeah, interesting.
I one of my favorite concert ever, actually, besides Stevie Wonder, was Frank Zappa at the Queenie, and a bunch of us came over. And so it was, I really love Frank. I mean, he's not exactly the most kind of woman, but he wasn't kind to anybody, really.
He had a little bit of anger, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he's just a brilliant musician, and I'd vote for him for president dead before a lot of the people that are running right now,
Do you find that we, as Canadians, spend a lot more focus and time and energy on American politics than we do on Canadian politics?
Ones. I think what goes on in the States reaches into our world as well, and I was born in San Francisco, so I've paid attention to it over the years, but I think it does matter to us, and this election, more than any other election, matters a great deal to Canada. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting. Are we going to get a cartoon character down there, or are we going to get something else that's really hard to say?
They talk about building a wall. I think you're going to have a lot of Canadian volunteers if Trump gets in.
I'm all for doing what you want to do, but when it gets to the point where they're making a mockery out of it, it's like, my goodness, somebody put a stop to it. You being a female, of course, a lot of female musicians were an influence on you. I guess it was tough for you being a female, wasn't it?
It wasn't easy, but it was, it's not easy for most musicians, actually. But in the early days, there weren't a lot of role models. There was Carole King, Goddess. Just can't say enough about her. I think she's just incredible. Joni Mitchell, another goddess. So Aretha, Janis Joplin. As far as women, that was kind of my thing. Heart was there. But that was about it. I was noticing actually when we just had that slew in January of people dying, and somebody was putting out this meme where it said, look, there's still all these people alive, and there were I think 51 of them, and I think 7 of them were women.
I know,
right? And you look at, and they were the great artists, and you just sort of go, and it really, I don't know if there's more women doing it now. So hopefully it'll change. But back then it was hard to let people let me play saxophone. The classical joint, I'd show up at jazz jams and here's my saxophone and, oh, we've got friends coming today. No, you can't. Oh, it'd be like 1,000 different excuses. And so I kept going back. I'm nothing if not determined. And finally, I finally got on stage, not there, but somewhere else for a jam. And about 2 years later, I was in 16 bands and I never had to look for work again,
And how did you get the nickname That Girl?
The girl. The girl. The girl.
She's here again, the girl.
The girl. Well, because it was a man's world, and because I was the only girl that was sort of allowed to play, and I cooked for them. I love cooking. So I'd be in the band house. In those days in college it started, I was the girl with the band. And then also when I'd be on the band, the guys would play the first set, and then I would come on for set 2 and 3. And so the audience would start shouting, "We want the girl, bring out the girl." So then I became the girl. And then I was also the girl, and I'd have 6 guy roommates, and I was the girl there. And then, I was just the girl forever,
It's funny, and there's a story about, I think it was the Town Pump, because I remember being at this show. Spencer Davis walked up to you.
Yeah, that was funny. I was opening up for Spencer Davis with, I can't remember who I was playing with. But anyways, and so they had the back room upstairs off to the right there, and I was sitting back there after I set, and Spencer Davis comes back and he says, "Hey, I heard there's a great sax player for the opening band. I need him because our sax player got stopped at the border." And I said, "It's not a him." And he goes, "Oh, well, what do you mean?" I said, "It's me." He sort of looked at me. He says, "You're the sax player?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay, you want to come play?" I said, "Sure." So I came and played, and then and it was so much fun. I said, "I sing too," and he says, "My guy," he says, "Give me some lovin'." I'm like, "Yeah." And so I got to sing, and I remembered being on stage. That was really cool, singing "Give Me Some Lovin'" with Spencer Davis. It was pretty awesome.
Well, let's play it.
Awesome.
Give me some lovin', Spencer Davis, Tri-City Radio, 98.7 CKPM FM. Tri-City Radio, 98.7 CKPM FM. Give Me Some Lovin', Spencer Davis Group. Kirsten Nash is here, played sax. You got to sing that. Now, that has got to be cool because were you did you listen to the radio growing up or were you more just listening to albums?
Oh, no, we listened to the radio because I didn't have that. I only had 3 albums. I couldn't afford to buy albums too much. We listened to the radio.
Were you the kind of person that fell asleep with the radio under your pillow at night or
no? No, I've always actually, I've done a lot of listening, but I always had my own soundtrack going on in my head. Yeah. So if I sit down to listen, I must tune everything out and specifically listen, Oh. So. Yeah.
Now, with this, you reminded me of something else. A fantastic bluesy singer, Long John Baldry.
Oh, I adore John.
I saw him at the... Actually, him and Spencer Davis, too, at the Town Pump.
Yeah.
Now, what an amazing, amazing show that was. Now, Kathy McDonald, who has got a phenomenal voice, you had to replace her.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing about that is, when I was a kid, I left home quite young, and I was very grateful to be rescued by my stepbrother and his wife, who took me in for the last bit of grade 12, because I was having a really hard time making ends meet. And they had a fantastic stereo. They had the big reel-to-reel, all the records and everything like that. It was like I just died and gone to heaven. So when they would be out, I would just crank up that stereo and do it like a Tom Cruise thing. And I found the John Baldry records, and he had It Ain't Easy and all that sort of stuff. So, of course, I was listening to all those stuff. I love John Baldry. And I used to sing along with that record, baby, and there, just giving her as a kid, 16, 17 years old. So anyhow, when I got the call... Nancy, I guess, had been home. Kathy had been home and ended up a ward of the state for a while because she was home got busted for her husband's crop. And so, anyways, they called me up and said, "We've got this tour, and would you like to come audition and sing Love and Feel?" And I'm like, "I so got this. I so got this." And and in careers, it's all about being ready, right? The bus comes around, are you ready?
Yeah.
The bus comes around, are you ready? And so, anyways, I had that one. So I remember doing Ontario Place when I did get the gig, and doing the Ontario Place with John, and it was a big gig. It was over 10,000 people, and I remember singing, that, and he leaned his head back, and I was singing, baby, and he leans his head back, and he goes, "Sing it, Kate." And it was like one of those things, it's almost like somebody calling out somebody else's name in bed. You're like, I'm not sure, I think that's good. It's not good. I don't know. But, for that moment, he forgot it was me. He was on stage with Kate, and I took that as the ultimate compliment. I thought that was fantastic.
I think we should play that song.
Awesome.
Lost That Love and Feeling, Long John Baldry.
There's no tenderness like before in your fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it, but baby, this time I know it. You lost that love and feeling. Whoa, that love and feeling. You lost that love and feeling, and it's gone. Now there's no welcome look in your eyes when I reach for you. Now you started to criticize the things I do. It makes me just feel like crying, 'cause baby, something beautiful dying. You lost that love and feeling. Whoa, that love and feeling. You lost that love and feeling, and it's gone. Whoa. Baby, I'll get down on my knees for you. If you will only love me like you used to do. We had a love you don't find every day. And I can't go on. And I can't go on.
Long John Baldry with Kathy McDonald. Kirsten Nash is here. You sang that song. How many times do you figure on that tour?
Oh, I don't know.
All across Canada.
All across Canada, at least 50 times.
50
right?
times, yeah. Kirsten Nash, singer, songwriter. Now, here's some of the people that Kirsten has played with over her career. Spencer Davis, Long John Baldry, John Waite from the Babies, Boz Scaggs, one of my favorite Boz Scaggs songs is Monkey Time. Did they ever do that?
Well, no, we didn't play. That was done. Okay, I have to explain that. Was you're saying this? We were up in the All Stars were up in Whistler.
Yes.
And
yes, the Pepsi Celebrity Ski Challenge.
Yes, and so Boz Scaggs was there. Stephen Stills was there. I can't think of the
Jeff
guy.
Healy, Mellencamp's band.
No, that was a separate thing altogether. Anyways, but Stephen Stills and Boz Scaggs were up there, so they jammed with the All Stars. And so we had a great time, and then they kept telling me to solo, which was awesome. I got like this, go, you. And
nice.
I got a fantastic autograph from Stephen Stills, actually. It said to Kirsten, you play one officially bad horn.
Nice,
so
that's great.
Cool, yeah.
Those Pepsi Celebrity Ski Challenges are great. I've actually, the Boz Scaggs, I think Platinum Blonde was there the same year.
Yeah, Ray Parker Jr.,
I know.
right? Yeah.
From great to schmaltzy.
Yeah.
John Ellis, he's been around Vancouver for a lot of years.
Yeah,
he's produced a lot of people.
Sure, yeah.
And just amazing stuff. He's another hidden talent.
He's not that hidden.
Well, he is in a sense. If you're not a musician, you might not know who he is. I guess
sure,
that way.
Yeah. He's another island boy.
Yeah.
From Port Alberni, and I played first with him in a band called Babyface way back with Brian Wilson, not the other Brian Wilson, and Babyface, and then we played, and then he actually was part of. He and Colin Mindmaster were very good friends, and so when they needed a new sax player in the All Stars, they tagged me for that, and so so I've known John for a long time. He's produced this.
Yes,
he did not produce this one. Yeah.
And I think he's worked with like Taylor James.
He's worked with everybody.
Ridley Bent, and
yeah.
I got a call from him and another guy one day, and like I do rodeo announcing on the side, and they say, "You a rodeo announcer?" I says, "Yeah." Says, okay, we need you to come down and voice something. So
awesome.
An intro for an album, and it was good. It was a Ridley Bent one, so it was fun.
Yeah.
We talked about this lady earlier. You were born in San Francisco. This lady spent a lot of time in San Francisco. She spent a lot of time at Salt Spring Island. Amazing Canadian talent. Joni Mitchell.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
She's my goddess. I mean, she's Beethoven, as far as I'm concerned. She and Carole King, they're just goddesses. And it just makes me teary thinking of what Joni's contributed to the music world, both of them. I mean, it's really quite amazing. And it just so saddened me when she was ill, when she had her problems recently. I'm hoping she comes around. I wish she could have had a happier life. I mean, I think... it's just a shame sometimes when you're just that genius. I think it's just hard to get your feet on the ground, And she's a great painter.
Yeah.
Everything about her, I've always adored her tunings, her lyrics. There's very few albums that I listen to over and over and over again, but Court and Spark I have listened to over and over and over again. I can't find any flaws in it. It's and a lot of her stuff. I mean, she's just she's at the top for me.
She is, and I'm going to play this song because her vocal range in this reminds me a little bit of your vocal range of In Good Time, just the way you do things with your voice. Here's Joni Mitchell. This is Carrie, Tri-City Radio.
She wears silver shoes and a pink bow in her hair. Standing to one side, she watches children pouring down a yellow slide. A bitter mother tells her there's no point in trying to fit in. Oh, Abigail, it's just as well. You're better off alone, Abigail. Abigail. One day she leaves her mother sleeping on the floor. 16 years of trying to wake her, she didn't want her to wake no more. $200 and a beat-up old guitar. No one cared enough to tell her she wasn't gonna get too far. Oh, Abigail, it's just as well. You're used to being When she says there's nothing wrong, that's the time she hurts the most. When she cries, you can't be sure her tears are real. She goes from high to low so fast, your head will spin right off. She's so used to being Abigail alone. Who's to say what words will finally bring her down? The night she spends like pennies scattered on the cold, cold ground. People come and people leave without saying goodbye. Piece by piece they take her, and Abigail don't wonder why. Oh, Abigail, it's just as well you wanna be alone. Abigail.
Tri-City Radio, 98.7 CKPM FM. That is Kirsten Nash, Abigail. And before that, Joni Mitchell with Carrie. Kirsten is frantically looking for pictures to show me of her son. And she beats up the microphone.
Everything.
Yeah, one of those.
I got Italian with my hands.
I'm thinking, I can't remember. I'm just trying to jog my memory here. Maybe the Fairview Slopes might have been the first time I saw you up on stage.
At the Fairview Pub?
Fairview Pub, yeah. Might have been, or the R&B All-Stars, I can't remember, but those jam sessions they used to have there.
Oh, yeah, and Fairview, and at the American Hotel they used to have the jam
I never went to
sessions.
the American, even though I lived in Kitts. I would never, because I worked
Couldn't
downtown.
cross the divide?
Yeah, no, but I worked downtown in the corner of 1006 Richards, the old Seafox building there. But I never, on weekends, I would never do that. I'd always stay on the Kitts side for some reason.
Well, there's Bimini's over there.
Oh, yeah.
Party. Remember those days? Jerry's on 4th? And
Oh, Bimini's, wow.
Darby
yeah.
D. Dawes?
And Bimini's is still there, I think.
Yeah,
I'm not
it is,
sure what it's doing, but it's still there. Now, you have you're painting. Let's talk about this. Do you have a display right now over in West Vancouver?
Yeah, at Hollyburn Country Club. And so they've got I've got 5 paintings in there right now. And then the next thing I'm gearing up for is Art Vancouver, which I wanted to mention. It's from May 26th to 29th at the Convention Center. And there's, I think they've got 80 artists so far. And they do these all over the world. It's new to Vancouver. Last year was the inaugural one. And it was a great success. So if you love art and you want to see lots and lots of artists, it's a great place to go.
And that's kind of neat. So now, you being a painter and you being a songwriter, they're both creative outlets. Is one easier than the other, or do they take different parts of your brain to do, or is it virtually all the same thing? One's just on canvas, one's on...
It's all the same.
It is the same.
It's just all art. You
Now-
know, it's art, and I think it depends on how you approach it. But for me, it's a pretty organic process. So it's just art.
So when you see a cool painting, does it sing to you?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's paintings, music. It's just if to me, it's all about emotion. Does it move me? Right? I don't do it to go with my couch or anything. Does it move me? Is there something in it that moves me? And that could be just about anything, right?
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
cool.
so-
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to play some commercials here. We're going to come back and play a song off of the view from here, and it's got some 18-year-old that's kind of a pretty decent piano player on the back of it.
At the end of it,
At the end of it, yeah,
He does
so-
some honky-tonk work.
Honky tonk, okay, so we'll play that. We're going to play commercials. We'll come back with more Kirsten Nash.
Staying competitive in today's business environment is a constant challenge, and marketing often gets lost in the clutter. Allegra Marketing can simplify all your marketing needs with one-stop shopping for everyday items like business cards and stationery, as well as signage, banners, custom printing projects, and a full line of branded materials. Allegra Marketing. They're fast, they're affordable, and they're local. On Broadway in Port Coquitlam. Explore how you can boost your business with Allegra Marketing. To see their complete range of products and services, visit AllegraPress.com. That's AllegraPress.com.
Oh boy! Hard-hitting, fast-paced, intense Coquitlam Express hockey action can be found right here on Tri-City Radio 98.7 CKPM FM. Friday, the Express play host to the Chilliwack Chiefs in the possible first-round playoff preview. Join me, Eddie Gregory, along with Gord Dirksen. Pre-game show begins at 6:50. Opening face-off is at 7. It's Coquitlam Express PCHL Hockey on Tri-City Radio 98.7 CKPM FM.
If you're planning on buying or selling a property in the Tri-City area, call 604-936-1111. Leo Bruno and his team of real estate professionals are a full-service Coquitlam-based real estate team. Team Leo will take care of the fine print from negotiations, inspection, and final paperwork. Quick and easy for you. We're talking top real estate agents in Coquitlam. Team Leo Real Estate Specialist. Call 604-936-1111. That's 604-936-1111 and ask for Team Leo.
It is 9:27. Good morning. Sunshine today. Kirsten Nash has been with us for almost an hour now. Time flies when you're having fun.
It sure does, yeah.
You've got so many stories to tell, and you are playing somewhere soon.
Yeah, Friday. We're playing at the Edgewater Casino Show Lounge. I start at 8 o'clock, and I'm doing an acoustic set of my music. And then the ladies sing the blues with Joni Bai, Amanda Dean, Lisa Elliott Fennell, and oh God, I'm going to forget somebody, and it's going to be bad. Anyways, it's going to be at the Edgewater Casino this Friday night. Robbie Montgomery and crew, and so that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, you can.
Well, I'm trying to help you because
help me out here.
Joni Bai, I have been a fan of hers for I don't know how long.
Oh, she's a doll.
Yeah.
She's a doll.
And it's not working. You sing the blues. It's got the music and it's got everything else, but it doesn't have the band there. So I am so
yeah. It's
sorry.
Robbie Montgomery's band, and it's Joni and Amanda and Lisa and one other person, and I'm going to be shocked.
No, you're not, because I won't let you get shot. There he is, Ike Turner's original. So tell us about Austin, your son.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, Austin got a scholarship to Berklee School of Music.
Wow, Boston.
Yeah.
Wow, that's prestigious.
Well, he went there when he was 17 when he went.
Holy cow.
And then he went to their sister school in Germany for 6 months, and then he decided that he was going to be a musician full-time. And so he came back and did some work in, the Pacific Rim and those places. And then he went to London. He recorded an EP called Tears and Rain. And then he went to London to work for a year, just over a year. And he worked at Devonshire and the Savoy and all around, did super well. But then it was time to come home. And so he just recorded a new EP called Tears, or Songs for an Imaginary Film, or Music for an Imaginary Film. Anyways, an instrumental piece. And so he's just working his way around. He travels all over the world. He stays in hostels. He finds cheap flights and takes his backpack and goes places and then comes back and plays more piano. He's been making his living now since he was 18 as a musician.
You got to be a proud mom on that one.
I'm proud of both of my boys.
Yeah, and the other one is a computer.
Jesse, yeah,
Jesse.
Computer whiz, yeah.
Computer whiz. Wow.
Yeah, but he's 16 and he's a musician. He's a super creative guy, but it just applies in a different place for him.
So, is your hubby creative, or are you the creative?
He's creative in his own way. He's a business guy.
I think I'll add ketchup to this today and see how that looks.
No. He's creative. I mean, I happen to think business is very creative. You're not going to do very well in business if you're not creative. And so, no, he's a very smart man and very supportive father and partner. So.
Excellent. So we're going to play Austin's song right now. We'll come back and we'll say goodbye to you. Sure. Here is Austin and this song here.
Yeah, my song is called Come With Me, and he played piano on this when he was 18.
Hey, baby, wanna come with me? I'm gonna hitch my horse up to the cherry tree. I'm gonna climb up into its craggy arms. Look around at the fiery barns in the fields below these rolling hills. I can see where the mouth of the river swills and spills out into a thirsty sea. How about I wanna come with me? Wanna come with me? Come with me. soft breeze blowing, the sun above smiling, the trees all knowing. What's it gonna be? Will you come with me? Will you come with me? Come with me. I've been trying to get you here for a very long time. I'm patient, my dear, but something has got to give, and that something is you. You've been messing with things in my mind. This ain't no time for trinkets and promises. Don't want your whole life, I just want you. Talk about a field of breeze. Well, that must be where we were standing when I first laid my eyes on you. Since then my poor heart's been shaking, and I'm not the kind of girl who likes to get silly. Well, I don't do pink, I don't do freely, but I'll be anything that you want me to. You can come with me, and I'll come with you. Wanna come with me? Come with me. Come with me. Come with me.
That's Kirsten Nash and her kid on piano. That is so cool. How much of that was improvised with him doing
All
the piano?
improvised. He just came in and jammed it through. He rammed through it once, and what you hear there was his second take, and it was all the way
Holy cow. So Kirsten Nash, singer, songwriter, artist. Once again, you've got your paintings on display at Hollyburn.
Yeah.
And then you've got Art Vancouver coming up. You got pictures in there.
Yeah.
Your music is available on iTunes and available
On my website?
Yes, your website, which is
KirstenNash.com.
That's easy. Don't get it confused with Nancy Nash, like some bonehead radio announcer did earlier this morning. Yeah, and the event this Friday night over at the Edgewater Casino. You and
The Dean States.
The Dean States.
And no, sorry, Nadine, I'd forgotten your name there for a second. But yeah, Nadine States, Amanda Dean, and Lisa Elliott Fennell, and Joni Bai, my dear soul sister from the R&B All-Stars.
I know, and you two girl. I don't know. Is it a sexist thing? Like I try to. It's so hard being politically correct sometimes. I see a girl singing or playing the sax or guitar. It's like, wow, really good. You don't expect that. You see a guy doing it, it's like, it's just another guy playing it. And I don't know what it is. Am I sexist that way, or?
No, I think it's just the way we were raised. You know, there weren't any girls doing it, so that it's good. In 20 years, 10 years, my kids don't see anything different about a girl or a guy playing. You know, they don't think about it that way. But our generation, there weren't that many of us doing it, right? So
yeah,
it's natural.
I guess, yeah, because you're right. I mean, you can only hear so many Chordette songs.
Yeah.
Before you got Lollipop, Lollipop. Kirsten Nash, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you, Rod. It was awesome.
That was great. And we'll have all this stuff on our Facebook page, and wish you luck in the future.
Thank you very much. You too.
The Tri-Cities Community Calendar, brought to you by the Tri-City News.
My name is Jackie B., and here's some events on your community calendar. On Sunday, February 28th, the Port Moody Heritage Society presents Fashion on the Homefront, a live fashion show with historian Ivan Sayers in the Inlet Theater at 2 p.m.